Hello, everyone. My name is Liz. I'm a volunteer here at the Centro, and welcome to Hora de Cuentos story time. Today, our cuento will be in English, and we have the story of the Espíritu of Chicano Park. This story is written by Bea Zamora, which is an active member of our community. And right now, Bea will be showing up very soon, so just stay tuned, okay? Thank you. Hello, Bea. Welcome. How are you?
I don't see. My name is Bea Zamora, and I've been involved in the community of San Diego for many, many years. I was born in Logan Heights and raised in Los Angeles, and then came back here as a young adult. And I've always wanted to write children's stories. I was an educator for many years, and then I retired. And so now I have time to write stories. And so today I get to share with you my first children's book that has already won 4. So proud of that. The latest being the Tomas Rivera Children's Book Award. And so we're very honored that other people think our book is available here at the Centro Cultural de la Raza. And today I'm going to read in English. And it's a book that tells the story of a very important place to us, which is Chicano Park, right here in San Diego. And I did dedicate the book to some very important people who have taken care of the park. So this book is dedicated to the people of Logan Heights, the Chicano Park Steering Committee, and the artists, dancers, musicians, lowriders, and organizers who have given of their heart and spirit to the establishment and ongoing care of Chicano Park. There are many people who have helped, but we also want to acknowledge that Chicano Park and all of San Diego resides on Kumeyaay Nation land, the original peoples of this land. So the story goes like this. Betty and Bonky helped unpack boxes at their new house in Barrio Logan. Mama said, Betty, this is our home now, and we will live here for many happy years. You'll see. I know, Mama. I just wish I didn't have to leave all my friends and my old school, said Betty. Let's take a break and explore. I saw an amazing park down the street, located in the most peculiar place, under a bridge, said Mama. Come on, Bonky. Maybe there is a playground with swings and things, said Betty. There might be something to like about this place after all. When they arrived at the park, Betty said, Wow, this park is different. It feels alive and sort of magical. As they walked through the park, they were surrounded by massive, colorful images. Giant, vibrantly painted pillars were everywhere, some so large they touched the sky. Bonky said, I wonder who this lady is. Suddenly, a warm, gentle breeze blew in, and a senora appeared. She said, Oh, you're looking at a painting of me. That was long ago. We never imagined our park would become so famous. Startled by her voice, the children looked at the old lady and then at the painting. You look exactly the same, said Betty. I used to walk through this park every day just to make sure things were all right, said La Señora. As she walked on, she said, look, these murals depict the park takeover. It all looks so different then. What was the park takeover? Asked Betty. Well, when I was just a little girl, this neighborhood was my home, and we called it Logan Heights. We loved our barrio, and then things started to change, said La Señora. In the early mornings, the delicious aroma of fresh baked pan dulce from La Panaderia filled the air. In the afternoon, the rich toasted corn from La Tortilleria smelled so yummy. It was all here in our barrio. There were lots of houses right here where we celebrated happy times with our families, she said. Then things changed. Bulldozers destroyed many homes to build Interstate 5 freeway and the Coronado Bridge. My best friend lived over there, but when her house was demolished, she vanished with the wind. I never saw her again, she said. Did the bulldozers just show up one day? Holmes asked Bonky. Well, it kind of felt like that. The government bought the homes for a very low price, and even though my friends and family didn't want to move away, they had no choice, she said. It doesn't seem fair. Didn't anyone speak up? Asked Betty. We didn't know what to do. People were coming and going. Thought no one would listen to us, said La Señora. Wow, they just came and tore out all the homes and built a freeway and a bridge. That's crazy, said Betty. This place became a big empty lot. It looked like a deserted planet, said La Señora. Our beautiful barrio was under attack. Stinky junkyards, yonques, and toxic factories invaded our neighborhood. Dusty fumes and screeching noise from the construction filled the air. You couldn't even smell the pan dulce or the tortillas cooking any longer, said La Señora. That must have been really sad, said Betty. Much later, after many meetings, the city of San Diego finally promised to build us a park, said La Señora. But the story doesn't end there. One day, a neighbor called everyone and said, it's happening again, come and see. We rushed over, and giant machines like vicious dinosaurs were ready to destroy the land again. But this time they came to build a highway patrol substation, she said. My friend Jose Gomez stood up and said, the government has betrayed their promise. First, our barrio was attacked and they took away our friends. Then they brought in junkyards and factories and built the I-5 freeway and the Coronado Bridge. And now they want to take this land for the police instead of building our park as promised. Ya basta. It stops now, he said. Soon, like angels descending from above, mothers with children and high school and college students joined us. We clutched hands and formed a human chain. We stopped those bulldozers in their tracks, said La Señora. We camped here for 12 days. That was the beginning of the park takeover. Friends brought food and blankets and plants and shovels. We began to build our park, plant by plant, said La Señora. After many months, the city finally helped us build our park. Every year we celebrate April 22nd, 1970, the date we founded Chicano Park in San Diego, California, she said proudly. Is this a stage? Asked Betty. Yes, it's a one-of-a-kind stage called the Kiosco. It is the heart of our Chicano Park, she explained. This is where all our celebrations begin. You see, Chicano Park gives us hope. The day we stood up for the park, we found our voice. We told the world that we mattered and we would have our park, even if we had to build it ourselves, said La Señora. They walked on, and Betty asked, who are all these people painted on the murals? Oh, they were visionaries, Cesar Chavez, Dolores Huerta, and Ramon Chunky Sanchez. These murals reveal our Chicano history, said La Señora. We have much to be proud of. Walk around. Let the spirit of Chicano Park speak to you. See Chicano culture come to life through the dancers, the musicians, lowriders, and our community champions. It's all here, painted for the world to see and just waiting for you too, said La Señora. Chicano Park was designated a United States National Historic Landmark in 2016 by the Department of the Interior. The world knows about our park, she said. Come often to learn about Chicano culture and enjoy the park. But most importantly, find your voice and speak up for your beliefs and for the greater good. Power to the people, said La Señora. Betty said, I didn't know that Barrio Logan was so cool. We should learn about our history and defend the land because Chicano Park is important to us all. Bonky asked, where did La Señora go? She disappeared like magic. I think she is an abuelita angel watching over the park, don't you? Betty smiled and said, I guess this park really is special after all. So in the story, what you learned today is that there's a very special park in San Diego, and the people who live in the area find the park to be a welcoming place for them. It makes them feel like home, and at the same time, it teaches them about their culture and their history and how important it is to take action, to tell your community, to tell your leaders that you want change, that you want positive things, and that it's very important for you to think about your education because you can become our future leaders and you can help us make this a better world. In the back of the book, I have included a lot more history about the park and a timeline, but it's just important to know that every April, and it's coming up in about a week, April 22nd, we celebrate our anniversary of the park. And this year makes 51 years that we've had our beautiful park. And it just keeps getting better. We keep bringing in new murals, new activities. We have dancers in the park all the time, and musicians, and cars, and lowriders. And it's really a wonderful place to visit. And in the back of the book, I have included some some stories about people who've been very special to the park. And these are people who I consider to be community champions. And I think it's really important that we all know that we all can be very important champions in our communities. So the first person that I have acknowledged in the back of the book is a woman by the name of Tommy Camarillo and her family. And they have been leaders in taking care of the Chicano Park. They lead a group called the Chicano Park Steering Committee. And she has a message for children. She says, come to the park and take care of the park. Pick up litter and enjoy the park. And notify city officials when you see something that needs repair. A park bench, a leaky sprinkler, whatever it is, learn to love and respect Chicano Park. And she's really telling you to learn to take care of it and cherish it and make sure that everyone else respects the park. Another really important person is Josie Talamantes. And Josie is the person who has helped us take care of the park and get all kinds of recognitions, including becoming a national landmark. And Josie's message is, be true to yourself, have fun, and enjoy life. I think of my grandchildren, and that's what I keep telling them. Just be true to yourself. Don't be what everybody else wants you to be unless you want to. That is being true to yourself. Enjoy your life and be happy. And we also have David Rico and Irene Mena mentioned here, and they were very important in another movement called the Brown Berets. And the Brown Berets were people who were fighting for justice and fairness for the people. And David's message to the children is give back to your community, take care of the land, and always give back. You know, for many of us, we think about our land as sacred land. And it's sacred because all living things come from the land, and all living things return to the land. The land is our mother. One of the other parts of the book includes showing respect for the artists. We have so many artists who've painted in Chicano Park. And in the back of the book, I've been able to highlight 3. One of them is Guillermo Aranda, and he was one of the first people to paint in the park. And he learned about murals by traveling to Mexico City and studying and looking at the great muralists from Mexico City. And that's how he learned to become a muralist in Chicano Park. And his message is, follow your dreams. We all have dreams and visions of how we want to see things, but it takes a little extra to make it happen. We can't just be dreamers. We have to get out there and try, you know? We have to do the hard work, and you might be surprised what you can do once you try. So you have to pursue it. You have to make it happen. And Patricia Aguayo is one of the other artists. She has painted several murals in the park. And she actually painted the mural that you saw in the book about La Señora, who is Tommy Camarillo. And her message to children is, love the color of your skin. That is always my message, regardless of what color that is. Find out what land your ancestors worked, because all of our ancestors worked land. I don't care where you came from, they all worked some kind of land. So finding those roots is what propels us to understand more about why you look the way you do and why you have traditions that are rooted in that land that was worked. You know, I learned that during a Chicano Park tour. So if you ever want to take a tour of Chicano Park, you just go to the Chicano Park website and you ask them to provide a tour to you, and they will do that free of charge. Another artist is Victor Ochoa. He's painted many murals in the park. And his message to you is, my advice to children is to ignore people who say, don't draw, don't be a musician, don't be a dancer, don't be an actor. If you feel it and it's something you love to do, keep doing it. I always try to tell people that the arts can be part of the solution. The arts is a tool for change. And then we come to a very special family in San Diego. It's the Enrique and Sanchez family. They are a family of musicians and singers and also dancers. They dance folklorico. And in this page, we talk about Isabel and Ramon Chunky Sanchez and their history here in San Diego. And Isabel's message to children is, she says, I tell my grandchildren that your family and community are your first team, and that's most important. And your second team is your education. It's the second thing you need to take care of. And your third team is your sports, your dance, your music. Those are all third of importance. So take care of your first and second teams so you can make time for your third team. Be responsible for yourself and have a positive attitude. And Isabel has a sister, and her name is Teresa Enrique, and she has a daughter named Nopani Hernandez. And there's a lot of Enriquez who all dance the beautiful folkloric dance, and they maintain those traditions for us. And Nopani's message to children is, I highly encourage you to look a little deeper. You may find there is a lot more to know. Make time to investigate the Chicano movement because it will make your composure, the way you carry yourself, a little elevated. To know that so much was accomplished before you, hopefully it will inspire you to give your energies when it's needed. When it's time to speak up, you will have the courage to do so. And here's a beautiful picture, I hope you can see, of the Enrique family and a lot of the women dancers. And on the next page, Dr. Mario Aguilar, who leads the Danza Azteca. And by the way, right now here at the Centro Cultural, we have a special show that tells you all about the photography and the history of La Danza, how it came to the United States, and how it's been practiced here for 47 years. And Dr. Mario Aguilar was one of the first dancers in the United States to learn this tradition. And his message to you is be proud of who you are and be proud of where you come from. Don't ever let anybody put you down because of the color of your skin, the food you eat, or the language you speak, or the spiritual path you follow. But most importantly of all, be proud of where you want to go. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't be what you want to be. It's important to have a good education about your past and your present so you can have a good future. And the last person showcased in the book is Rigo Reyes. And Rigo Reyes, you can see him here with his lowrider. He loves lowriders and he loves the tradition of the lowriders. And his message is, don't judge the book by the cover. That's what we do as humans. A lot of time we see a certain image of a person and we have a positive or negative stereotype as to who they are. But you have to get to know the person to understand them. That person is just a person, just a human being who eats tortillas and salsa just like you do. No different than you are. So, we shouldn't be afraid to make new friends and to learn about people who are different than us. So there were many people to thank in creating this book. But one of the main people that I need to thank is Maida Mesa. And she's the artist who drew all of the pictures in her book. And I first met Maida Mesa right here at the Centro Cultural de la Raza. And so it was really great to meet her. And she's a beautiful person and a wonderful artist. So I really want to thank you today for listening to me. And I think later, maybe in a couple weeks, I'll do another reading. But the next time I'll do it in Spanish. But again, this book is to teach you about your rich history in San Diego for the Chicano community at Chicano Park. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Bea. That story is so wonderful. And yes, get your copy of The Spirit of Chicano Park at the tiendita. And if you want to continue to be a part of our Hora de Cuentos, our story time, the next one is April 18th at 1 p.m. again. And we will have Carolina Martinez and Argelia Ramirez reading El Sancocho del Sábado por Leila Torres and El Biblioburro, una historia real de Colombia por Janet Winter. Okay, so remember to follow the links to go to the drive if you like what we're doing. We are trying to get more books and more stories to share with the community. So follow the links and like us as well. Share the video, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.